Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, you know about Transnistria? Transnistria is used to be part of the Republic of Moldova, which used to be part of Romania, and was taken by Stalin and was turned into the Socialist Republic of Moldova. After the fall of the Soviet Union, Moldova remained as a country formed by Stalin within Soviet Union. Now, Soviet Union disintegrated, should have returned to Romania, but it didn't. The bosses from the West said, and Romania said, okay. So, this is what's going on here. Then it was Transnistria, broke away from Moldova, which Transnistria is a strip of land across the river Dnistru. I don't know how you say it in Ukrainian or Russian. Dnistru, something like that. Nevertheless, those guys fought for their independence or autonomy, so they're separate now. There's out of Moldova, but they're kind of part of Russia, but not part of Russia. It's something in between there. There is a little strategic problem with that little strip of land in the northeast. Actually, it runs from north to south, a little bit like this. It borders Ukraine on the east. It borders the Republic of Moldova in the west. And it's kind of far away from Russia. But nevertheless, if Russia makes an effort, maybe pushes the front there. The thing is, Transnistria now wants to be part of Russia, and has a problem, because from Transnistria you just look down south and you see Odessa, and not good. So we have this article from the Telegraph, and this is from today, the 22nd of July 2022. This is the title: Transnistria not put off becoming part of Russia by war, minister says. The foreign minister of Transnistria said that Moscow-backed breakaway region of Moldova still wants to become part of Russia. Vitaly Ignatiev told RIA news agency that Moscow's special military operation in Ukraine had not affected his region's aim. These are ambitious people. Transnistria is internationally recognized as part of Moldova that lies on the thin strip of land along Ukraine's southwestern border and voted to join Russia in a 2006 referendum. Hey, what are we doing here? Is this democracy or not democracy? Is the will of the people? It's not the will of the people. Now make up your minds. Why don't you recognize these guys? A referendum. They went and cast a ballot. As anti-democratic countries. You know what I'm talking about, right? When the results of a democratic vote, expression of the people, works their way, yes, democracy at work right there. When the people vote the other way, against these guys' orders and script, something happens. We don't, crickets, nothing, something like, don't even look at it. So that's the way it works, because we work in a international order, that is based on the rule of law. Yeah, okay, for us, but not for them. So it says here that the referendum was conducted and organized in 2006. So what is about what? So many. It's 16 years or how many years already, and nothing happened. Not good. So in 1992, ceasefire deal ended the fighting over the future of the region following the collapse of the Soviet Union. So the fight was between what? The fight was between Moldova and Russia and Transnistrians. Now, why couldn't have been Moldova coming back to Romania? Who would have fought it? Only the Ukrainians. Do you think the Americans would have just dropped some I don't know, Green Berets over there or something, or Marines landed in what? In Ukraine? So there you have it. You would have had Ukraine. So yeah, that was a little thing over there. There was the little thing over there. So, Transnistria. See, referendum is recognized, Kosovo, for example, only when, they decide to create a country or, the will of the people. I am for the will of the people. But on the other hand, you see, how should I put it? Sometimes there are complex situations where people, to be honest, don't know shit about, but they will vote. So you say, okay, Emil, are you an anti-democratic? No, I'm democratic with brains. You have to be democratic, but you have to have an educated and knowing population, a population that has knowledge. Now, who forms that knowledge? Effort, obviously, in the part of the subject who has to, at least pay attention. Now, let's say that person is lazy or has problems in life and not interested, simply not interested. It's okay, psychology works. Repetition. How do you repeat something like that? Starting with kindergarten, starting with school, media and entertainment industry, politicians, all these things have to sing the same tune. If the tune is about improving the lives of the society, the life of the citizens of the society in a society, if all these things work for the improvement of the society overall, based on a just system, but to be don't get me wrong, things are also based on values, on laws. I mean, we based our values, right, on some premises that, let's say, I'm just giving an example, to steal is bad. Well, you say, well, why is it bad? Well, it's bad because it's not yours, and okay, but why is it not ruled by the person who is stronger? They should have the right to take whatever based on the strength. So we don't run supposedly like that, but we do. That's how it's in the global and higher spheres. But among us, we can take someone else's property even if you're stronger, because that's not yours. So that's respecting the property. But you see, in the world, you can invade and bomb Yugoslavia how much you want, or bomb it, or Iraq or other things, just because you can, based on your values, which you switch the values. So democracy has to be based on knowledge. And if you have the fifth column in a country, or you have the mass media, let's put it, and the mass media doesn't work in the interest of the country, then the mass media will change the attitudes in a society, and the school the same. If you have certain elements in the government who would work for certain goals and try to change society, the children will be indoctrinated with those ideas if you let them. But the mass media and entertainment will push certain things overtly or covertly. They will say this is right, this is wrong, and that's going to be against your values that you learned, let's say, in school, if they're not in the same direction. So, and then you have a mass media teaching these guys who are not interested in politics or in social science or anything, or even in life in general. There are people like that, most of us, right? And then those guys will get their information by repetition, by watching TV, which they all do. So then what are they going to do? They're going to vote based on what they were told by the TV. Now, if the TV is not on the nation's side, then they will go and vote how and whatever information they got from there, because they didn't open a book, they didn't listen to other people. It takes effort, and life is complicated sometimes. You don't have time, you don't have the mood, you don't want to, or you're not able. When we have our own limitations, we don't understand certain things, or we don't care. So nevertheless, these guys had a referendum in 2006. If these guys are going to join Russia, what's going to happen next? The Russians will be like Kaliningrad. So what's going to happen with that? How are they going to supply Transnistria with the needed? Because these guys are just going to block the Russians from then on 100%. Going to be airplanes flying all the time, and even that, they're going to close the airspace, and you can't go. That's a locked country. I don't know how that's going to survive, unless Russia conquers everything from where it is right now, all the way west to Transnistria, which I think it's an impossibility, or not only impossibility. For Transnistria, to risk so much and to get so many Ukrainians, nah, it's too much for Transnistria. No, they're over there as good as they are. The Russians can use that whenever they want, I'm guessing. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.